Okay, this video is going to be, I'm going to redo the hair on this doll. I found another technique that makes it look a little bit more polished, a little bit more dressy. And for that technique, I'm going to be using bamboo skewers, just straws. I'm going to be using about 15 of them. These happen to have these little accordion things on one end, and I'll be using the opposite end, the long end with no accordion here. And I'm going to be using just my regular hair that comes in the kits. This is commercial mohair yarn. It's commercially treated. You never have to worry about it rotting or getting bugs or anything. And I go over this in a gory detail in the beginner videos, but for this how-to video I'm just going to zip through it. Only the beginners have the stomach to live through the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just going to take out the wrapping string and then just pull it gently and remove the sort of the spinal string, and then I'm going to split these in half. Okay, one more time. I'm going to wrap it sort of the opposite way that it's twisted, remove that string, and then I'm going to gently pull it and then just remove this kind of spinal cord. And this is just the pure mohair you have. Okay, so I'm going to split it. Okay, so the next technique I'm going to be showing you how to wrap it around the straws. So let me get set up here. Okay. Okay, so here I've got a piece of tape that I have just along the side of my table, and I'm going to double this so that it's a little bit longer. Okay, so I'll just take this guy off here. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to cut like with a scissor. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. See if I can get a better angle on this. There you go. Okay, so 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to cut these strips. And these we're going to be using to wrap the hair around the straws. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is take the straw and take one of the pieces of hair and lay it sort of at the top. And then taking a piece of this tape, I'm going to wrap it around and then meet it on the other side, creating like a tab. The tape is going to be taped to itself. Okay, and then I'm going to gently wind it around in kind of a long curl formation all the way to the end. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. Take another piece of tape. Don't worry too much about the ends because they're going to be cut off. And just wrap it around and have the tape stick to itself. Where am I? There you go, creating that little tab. All right, so I'll just do one more. Okay, and wrap it. Okay, and there it is. Here we go. So I've got a tab at the top and a tab at the bottom. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to mix up my starching liquid. So let me just show you this. This is just one big large bottle of liquid starch, concentrated liquid starch. I picked this up at Walmart. I happen to got the big bottle because I use starch a lot, not only in my crafts, but also when I iron my clothes. I make my own starch. So I'm going to take about 2 ounces of the Stay Flow and put it in a little Tupperware dish. And into this, I'm going to put about 1 tablespoonful of water, just to thin it a tiny little bit. Okay, and then once the straws are all wrapped, you're going to need about 15 of these just to make sure you have enough hair. Let me see here. I'm going to dip my fingers, put this here, dip my fingers in here, okay? And then I'm going to run them down. I'm saturating the hair, but I'm not like drenching it. It's just saturated. I'm adding enough product so that it'll be wet. And then I'm going to put them on skewers and put them over here on a holding station that I'll show you in 1 second. Just do one more. Dip it in. And you can see that the mohair will change a color. It'll get a little bit deeper. It'll lighten up again as it dries. Okay, and then I'm going to put it on some skewers that I have set up. Okay, let me get a little paper towel here, and I'll show you where I have them. I just have big clumps of clay, and there they are. Big clumps of clay with the skewer sticking up, and I just drop the straws on there, and that's where they're going to stay until they're all dry, and then we'll pick it up from there. Okay, and here's the doll. I took off her hair. Okay, most of it came off. There's just a few spots that didn't come off. Here, I wish I could have gotten off a little bit better, but I didn't want to take the chance of, excuse me, ruining the doll. So I just left it there. So anyway, next we're going to make the hair bundles out of it. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is line them all up by size. These are the longer ones, the medium ones, and there's a couple of smaller ones. I had 1 or 2 that sort of unraveled, and I'm going to use these in the front to just lay in a few, you know, tendril pieces. So I have those off to the side too. So now I'm going to tie them into hair bundles. And what I'm going to be using is the little tie string that I pulled out earlier from the hair. So I'll show you those after I've done them. Okay, so I'm ready to attach the hair. I've tied them into little bundles. And this is one that kind of came unraveled. It was one of the ones I had set aside. So I don't want any of her scalp to show through. So what I'm going to do is kind of make a false, you know, cap on her by gluing this. Okay, so I have my glue gun here. There probably will be some screaming because I usually wind up burning myself with this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to measure here so I can know where I want to put this. Okay. Okay, here's the strings starting. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to put another little piece on top here. Maybe two. It's hot. Okay, and the same thing over here. I don't know how those people do that little swirly thing. Ah. Okay. All right. So here's the bundles I tied up. I wound up tying them only with the third piece of hair. This is covered on the videos. I've been over it 100 times. Anyway, these are the long ones, so I'm going to put those in the back. Ikes. Maybe I'll use one of these. Starting to get the glue all over me. This is where the screaming is going to start. All right, let me see if it's easier if I put the glue here. Ah! Okay. Now, for the front here, I'm going to put this here. Actually, okay. Now, and so now the top piece I'm going to make look like a side part. So first I'm going to take one of these softer ones that kind of unraveled, and I'm going to fit this part on here so that it looks like a side part, a side, you know, swept bang. All right, yeah, that looks much better. Okay, and now just want to fit it on first. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And you're going to want to control the direction of this curl, so you want them to sort of cascade downwards. The same thing over here. Let's just put a little dab in there. Catch that guy there. Okay, so now I'm going to loosen up these curls just a little bit. This one here I want to have on a Okay, now because this is a shoulderless dress, I don't want all this hair hanging down on here, so I'm just going to begin to trim it a little bit. And the same thing with the back here. All right, now I have these, I saved 2 rhinestones, and I have a ring. These are these cheap little rings you can buy. I think they sell them in the wedding aisles at the craft store. They're usually used to make some kind of a wedding favor. Anyway, I'm going to use it to make a bit of a headband, so I can put these little jewels on them on the side. So this is a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut it a little bit here. Okay. Okay. And then very gingerly I'm going to try to actually I think I'll do it off the head so I don't get any glue on her hair. And I'm just going to glue this little jewel here on here. Okay. Okay, and that looks much better than what she looked like with the hair raggedy. At least I think it does. Okay. And I might just hairspray that a little bit into place. Okay, so here she is. I finished it. Just give you a look around it. It looks much more elegant with this gown than the last hairstyle. The last doll was the first one I made from the new mold design, and that never comes out good. So anyway, I salvaged this one by changing her hair up. I like it much better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please stop by and see the next one.